I prefer to suffer the consequences of it later. And you can tell me who I like more. You can tell me you're gonna find someone who's focused on their self. What are you doing? What are you looking at? You should be focusing. That's your problem. You have a very short attention span. And that's the topic of the video today. Focus. Hey YouTube, I'm Tavain, but you guys can call me T. If you like the content, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Anyways, you need to protect your focus. It's like what the Bible says, protect your heart because everything you do flows from it. Protect your focus because everything you do flows from it. If we have a man who he wants to grow, he wants to become better, but he doesn't focus on stuff that actually helps him to grow, but focus on stuff that keeps him comfortable, no matter how much resolve he makes, no matter how much binding vows, no matter how much speech he gives, he'll never actually get up and do the work because he's focusing on stuff that keeps him comfortable. And on the opposite side of that, if you have another individual who is focused on motivational content, focused on being disciplined, focused on being hardworking, focused on the grind, that person will actually lock in for what they want to achieve. You see, everything you do takes focus. You need to focus to read, you need to focus to drive, you need to focus to cook. Yeah, it seems natural now that we all know how to do it. We can just zone out, but you still need to focus. You still zone back in and focus. Because if you were not focused while you were driving, you would crash. If you were not focused while you were cooking, you would have cut yourself. You would have burned the place down already. That's the same thing in life. We need to focus on our intentions. We need to know what we want. We need to focus on a definite plan. I have a definite plan. I can lay it out right in front of you. Pause. But I won't. It's not that me revealing my plans are gonna cause anything to change. There's no plan B. There's no next turn. It's one straight path. I just don't want to reveal it as yet. Next video. But you need to protect your focus. If you intend to grow, you can't be on social media for excessive amount of time. At first, I put blockers on my phone for social media. That was after I deleted Instagram. I decided to take a break from Instagram. I was one of those guys who I was in a breakup. My friends betrayed me, and I decided to be the one that disappear and come back with everything. That was me. No Snapchat, Instagram deactivated, and I went MIA. The only thing I had on my phone was TikTok because I used to post on TikTok. I used to post music related content, which I was trying to build a brand, which I did build a brand, but I was trying to get paid from it. That was my first business, but unfortunately, I'm in Canada and TikTok doesn't pay you for views in Canada, so I stopped. I had blockers on my phone. I still used to go on it and swipe. And then recently, I'm thinking to myself like, yo, I've still spent time on TikTok strolling as much as I have blockers, as much as when those are up, it's a permanent block for the day. But I still go into and stroll. I still find myself strolling when I just get up in the morning. I still find myself wasting time. So I made up my decision. I made up my mind to delete it off my phone. I deleted Facebook off my phone. I know I said in previous videos that I stay connected with families on Facebook, but I also find myself strolling on that. And Facebook is a very lustful marketplace. There's a lot of lustful reels on it. Anyways, I digress. I deleted Facebook too. And this morning when I woke up at 5, but I didn't start working till 9, so I had spare time. And I don't have social media on my phone, so what did I do? Turn my camera on and edited a video. And That video, when I recorded it the night before, I hated it. The flow, everything, it felt off to me. When I was editing it, that video just flowed together, everything, and I released it. That video is called Get in the Game, which I basically talk about two individuals, the people who's in the game. Those are the people who locked in and focused on their dreams. They focused on their definite plan. They focused on whatever they want. They didn't focus on distractions. They locked in. They didn't have any time to look around. Their eyes was just set on one thing. And then you have the people in the stands, and those people are the ones who are distracted. Those people are the ones looking around, switching lanes, doing this, that. I used to be one of them. I used to be doing so much things at once, thinking that I am progressing when I was actually remaining stagnant. And yes, some of the time I was moving forward, but it was way slower than if I locked in on one thing. So I took a break, sat back, and decided to lock in on one stuff. And here I am now. Here I am now. Yo, that's clean. But you need to protect your focus. People who created social media doesn't use social media as much, because whatever controls your time controls your mind. Whatever controls your mind controls your time. I'm a pin that. Whatever control your mind control your time. Whatever control your attention dictates your future. If you're focused on negativity, this is why I don't watch news. I've never liked watching news when I was younger. If you focus on negativity, you're going to believe that negativity is out in the world. You're going to internalize that, and you're going to project it externally from your mind, and it's going to reflect back on you. So it's basically a cycle. That's why I don't watch news, because it's negative news. News means negativity. If news shared positivity over and over, uplifting people, that would be fine. The world would be so much better of a place. But turn on the news, that person got shot, that person got injured, this happened, that happened. It's a way to keep well informed. But when it only preaches negativity, you project that onto everyone who's watching, and that dictates their reality, because they only believe that there's negativity out there. People who play games are only focused on games. You ever see this? An individual who reads and an individual who plays games. I'm using myself as an example. Myself was in 2020 and myself who was in 2026. My 2024 self, sorry, not 2020, my 2024 self was only focused on drinking, smoking, playing games, and having sex. My 2026 self is focused on building. And you can tell me who I like more. You can tell me who has a higher chance of succeeding in life. It's definitely not this guy. It's definitely not this guy. The individual who are focused on games only cares about games. When I used to play games every day, I remember I used to go to the gym and my friends would call me and be like, yo, we're on Fortnite. What are you doing? I'm like, I just got to the gym. Give me a few minutes. Let me leave. I don't want to look like I just walked in and left. Just let me do a one quick exercise, then leave. And now, me who's big on self-development, me who's focused on discipline, focused on growth, I walked into the gym. I don't even like answering phones. Yo, genuinely, I don't like reading text nowadays. Like, worse when I'm busy. Worse when I'm doing some deep work, listening to ideas, listening to videos to get ideas. I know I want no one to text me. I want no one to call me, because I'm focused on something. Recently, start of the week, I've been extra locked in. I was locked in before, but I still gave myself time to hit that little dopamine, to get that little nice dopamine, that nice brain rot content. And then I'm like, no, It's fine if I overstimulate myself with motivational content, with growth content. This is boosting me. I prefer to suffer the consequences of it later, which, as far as I know, there's no consequences that I know about. But if I focus on brain rot, if I focus on everything that gets me excited, I would never actually grow. I would never actually want to be someone better because I would want to stay comfortable. So I decided to focus only on content that pushes the needle forward, instead of sitting down watching a manga review or a manhwa recap while I'm eating dinner. Why don't I put on one of my mentors' video? Why don't I put on a video of Alex Amosi? Instead of wasting time while I'm walking listening to music, why not put on a podcast? Why not put on a video of someone talking about how they got rich, the steps they take? Why not even put on a Bible verse to help me with my relationship with God? You need to protect your focus because no one's going to protect it for you. You need to be so stingy with your attention. You can't be giving it away to people. And I didn't touch on that topic either. You have to select which persons you want to give your attention, because not everyone is rooting for you. Not everyone wants you to grow. Some people are time wasters, and if you give them your attention, you're going to be wasting time with them. If you're with a group of friends and none of them want to grow, take yourself away from that group, because all of their attention is on something else. All of their attention is on distractions. If you're with a girl and she wants you to be locked down with her every day, but you're trying to grind and build and grow, and she complains about that, she argues about that, I'm laying it out, but you gotta leave. You gotta leave. Because if she doesn't want you to become the best version of yourself, she will leave you for someone who is the best version of yourself. Yes, I know it kind of sounds contradicting, but she will say you're not spending time with her, you're focused on yourself. But at the same time, if you're too focused on her, she's going to find someone who's focused on their self. You see how the world works? So you have to focus on building. You have to focus on separating yourself to grow. Because if you focus on people, if you focus on distraction, if you focus on entertainment, you will never actually move anywhere in life. You will never actually get anywhere in life. You need to be stingy with your attention. You need to be focused on the goal you want to achieve. And you need to put everything you have behind that plan to get to the destination, or you will fail. You can't 50-50. You can't have divided attention. You must have a definite focus on whatever you want to achieve. But yo, that's the video for the day. Peace.